我们反对的是共产党，它给世界带来了恐惧。这个带来的恐惧的原因，就是因为我们懦弱、自私。他们70年来欺骗了全世界，威胁了中国人，才让中国共产党有今天在全世界的风格。大家想一想，我郭文贵如果去了其他国家，我的结局是什么？不是把我锯掉了，是直接把我放到机器里变成火腿肠了，锅式火腿肠。而且在座的很多华人朋友，你们根本没有机会站在这个舞台上，因为共产党70年来都是成功的。
Evil done in Victoria Street, painted red and one night. The handgun, the curtains untied, the unaccounted bounce of treasures are counterfeit, marching outside. It's gonna yards, they be working all night long. Nobody's left to go on the go for doubles back, smiling face on. Games, they sounded like a 70s. This place and girl, let me play out your ending.
他的威胁让我们失去了尊严，失去了安全，失去了发声的自由和权利。我们感恩美国，我们感恩西方的媒体朋友们，与我们一起寻求真相，寻求正义。
How can the truth get exposed to places where no one goes? The simple smell of a rose, the secrets start to unfold. Every person wears a mask of fashion, reason and lie. Every action has a reason, that reason is I. Oh Father, 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 oh Father, Father, Father. In this life, how can we live without never sinning just once? We can forgive and forget, but we can live and let rest that cannot take the pieces that are coming to you and set light up. I hear a step close behind me, familiar smell, a flashing light. The door opens, we're turning around, the page is blind, left and written. Touch, no, so unhappy, roll, roll, no, this much felt too much is slow, I know it's the end, can't help but think of the reason I fought to defend, the only justice I knew now lives on silently, worse written to be seen, these ways, I hear a step, sound of power, that is light, I'm turning around, the page is light, and the written, listen to me, the touch, no, so unhappy, roll, roll, no, this much.
共产党对西方的威胁，绝对不是我在这里能形容的。接下来用我们的行动来证明给所有的全人民看，共产党是世界上最大的毒瘤。共产党一天待在中国，它都是人类最大的威胁。郭文贵总是有一句话，我们老叫身先阳谷先搭线，我要用事实行动证明给你们。
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lila Hosh. The Chinese Communist Party has been purposely corrupting and attempting to dominate the world by evil means for decades. Mao's initiator of whistleblower movement and the founder of New Federal State of China was the first person to launch a campaign to destroy the Communist Party in all of humanity. Mao's brought the intelligence of the Communist Party's evil plan of blue, gold, and yellow to the world through social media in 2017. The BGY plan. What is BGY plan? The BGY plan is applied for all the Western people who are useful for the CCP. B is for network surveillance. and information control, influencing and controlling internet public opinion and overseas media orientation. The perfect example is that the Chinese Communist Party is using TikTok, WeChat, and Facebook or YouTube X to promote his propaganda. G is for bribing dignitaries and interest group controllers around the world with money and benefits. The most famous one is the U.S. entertainer convicted of engaging in foreign influence campaign. Rapper, businessman found guilty in Black Channel lobbying campaign to drop one MDB investigation and remove Chinese national from United States. Who is this person? That is, the target is Moscow, and conspiring to make a conceal foreign contributions. During 2012 U.S. presidential election, Mr. Michel sought to use his celebrity status and access to influential U.S. government officials on behalf of undisclosed foreign interests. He played a central role in the wide-range conspiracy to improperly influence top government officials, including the then President of the United States and then Attorney General. So we can find out the relationship network from Press Michelle case like Jolo, Brody, Higginbotham, Lambda Davis. Now let's come to why. Why is for honey traps, targeting celebrities and politicians in various countries to manipulate and extort through their sex scandals. Today we will focus on yellow. The yellow place to get all the information on sex scandals, drug scandals, gambling scandals of all the high-ranking businessmen and celebrities that the communists want to corrupt and control. The CCP films all the videos secretly every time, and through these videos and evidence, the CCP threatens to turn these people into their puppies. Here we want to share the most famous historically documented phenomenon, sexpionage. Sexpionage is the involvement of the sexual activity, of the possibility of sexual activity, intimacy, romance, or seduction to conduct espionage. Sex or the possibility of sex can function as distraction, insertive cover story of an unintended part of any intelligence operation. In Soviet Union, female agents assigned to use such tactics were referred as swallows, while male ones were known as ravens. A commonly known type of sexpionage is a honey trap operation, which is designed to compromise an opponent sexually to elicit information from that person. So here's a video for you to know more about sexpionage.
Sexpionage is always a long odds gamble. According to Jason Matthews, a former CIA officer, the Soviet Union had sexpionage school called State School 4 in Kazan, Tatarstan, southeast of Moscow on the banks of the Volga River. This school was depicted in Matthews' 2013 novel Red Sparrow. In 2018, a film of the same name was adapted from it. The list of known KGB and GRU entrapment victims is long, distinguished, and remarkably varied. It includes men and women, bachelor and married couples, homosexual and heterosexuals, young and old, military attaches, journalists, security guards, and ambassadors. It seems that no category of Western officials and influential people has been immune from the charms of Soviet swallows and ravens, as depicts them KGB jargon from professional seductresses and their male counterparts. One of the most significant episodes in the annals of sexpionage occurred during the depths of the Cold War in 1963. Captain Yevgeny Mikhailovich Ivanov, also known as Eugene Ivanov, was a naval attaché at the Soviet embassy in London during the early 1960s. At the height of the Cold War, he became sexually involved with an English model and showgirl, Christine Margaret Keeler. After his affair with Christine Keeler resulted in another of her lovers, John Profumo, in what became known as the Profumo Affair. On the weekend of 8 to 9 July 1961, Ivanov's friend, a society osteopath Stephen Ward, introduced Keeler to John Profumo, a British Secretary of State for War, at a pool party in Clivenden, the Buckinghamshire mansion. Keeler claims Ward used that first meeting to steal secret letters from Profumo's briefcase detailing the delivery of nuclear weapons to Germany. Her affair with Profumo began days later. She claimed Ward immediately asked her to find out through pillow talk when the nuclear warheads were being moved to Germany. In December 1962, the police were called to Ward's home when another of Christine's ex-lovers, Johnny Edgecombe, fired shots at the lock while she and showgirl pal Mandy Rice Davies cowered inside. The police investigation led to Ward's arrest and charges for living off immoral earnings. Then emerged the then 19-year-old Keeler had been sleeping with former Secretary of State for War John Profumo and a handsome Soviet spy, Yevgeny Ivanov. The scandal led to his resignation from the conservative government of Harold Macmillan in 1963. Keeler was alleged to have been a prostitute, which was not a criminal offense. But in December 1963, Keeler pleaded guilty to charges of perjury after she falsely accused of attacking her friend, a jazz singer Lucky Gordon, and was sentenced to 9 months imprisonment, serving 4.5 months in prison. Ward was, however, found guilty of being her pimp. A trial was instigated after the embarrassment caused to the government. Ward committed suicide before a verdict in the case was reached. After his resignation, Profumo worked as a volunteer at Tyrone Hall, a charity in East London, and became its chief fundraiser. These charitable activities helped to restore his reputation, and he was appointed a commander of the Order of the British Empire in 1975. Ivanov was recalled to Moscow before the Profumo affair becoming public knowledge after the Soviet government had sentenced a potential scandal involving MI5. Upon returning to the Soviet Union, Ivanov seemingly disappeared in the eyes of the international community by keeping a very low profile for the next 29 years, while he had continued his naval career being assigned to the Black Sea Fleet. It is not known whether Ivanov continued to work with the GRU, but he was reportedly awarded the Order of Lenin late in his career. Christine Keeler revealed that she met Ivanov again in Moscow in 1993. In 1994, Ivanov was found dead in his Moscow flat at the age of 68. His memoirs were published in 1992, titled The Naked Spy. Interestingly, in his book he claimed that his GRU seniors remained unaware of his relationship with Keeler until the story broke in the UK, since he saw no need to report upon a private relationship.
The BGY plan is in operation 24 hours a day, never stops, and will never stop. It is far more effective and deadly than a war of missiles and all kinds of destructive weapons could ever be. The Chinese Communist Party has an import plan for the beautiful spice which is belong to the BGY plan, the Mr. Simpson plan. The Mr. Simpson plan is a case of female spies in World War II when Hitler used the beautiful spy Wally Simpson to infiltrate the monarch of the United Kingdom. Their target was Edward VIII. Edward was addicted by her honey trap. Finally, he became Wally Simpson's third husband as a result of she successfully influenced the British Empire. Here are some details we want to share with you. Wallace and Edward lived in France in the pre-war years. In 1937, they made a high-profile visit to Germany and met Adolf Hitler. Edward wrote in the New York Daily News of December 13, 1966. In a roundabout way, Hitler encouraged me to infer that White Russia was the only enemy, and that it was in Britain's interest and in Europe's too that Germany be encouraged to strike east and smash communism forever. I confess frankly that he took me in. I thought the rest of us could be fence-sitters while the Nazis and the Red slosh it out, seeing the great influence of the beautiful sky, Wallace Simpson in the World War II, so the Chinese Communist Party named his plan as Mr. Simpson Plan. The Chinese Communist Party has magnified Hitler's Mr. Simpson Plan tenfold and 100-fold, corrupting the top echelons of the governments around the world. How many top officials in this world who have Mr. Simpson around them? From Mao's revelation on 20th March 2021, with the help of intelligence provided by Mao's, the European Union has successfully discovered many Mr. Simpson who have been lurking in the European Union for a long time and sabotaged the CCP's Mr. Simpson plan in Europe. There's CCTV cameras and wire-top devices all over the halls of Brussels. The secretaries of the several of the strictest and highest security gates of the European Union are the CCP's female spies, Mr. Simpson. And the Communist Party is carrying out the Mr. Simpson plan in the United States, in Japan, in several countries around the world. The Chinese Communist Party systematically sent a large number of girls to marry foreigners and a large number of spies to infiltrate and buy the West with BGY plan.
The CCP's Mrs. Simpson plan. Let's talk about this directly. The EU has truly uncovered the many Mrs. Simpsons that the CCP has been lurking in the EU for a long time, namely, the Simpson plan implemented by the Communist Party in Europe. NATO and the EU were completely dumbfounded after they completely cracked down on these major cases. When I, the new federal state of China, started cooperating with them, I said, no matter if you believe it or not, there are the CCP's cameras and monitors in the most tightly controlled halls in Brussels. And I said that many of their secretaries who have passed the most stringent and highest level security clearance are all CCP swallows, that is, Mrs. Simpson. He does not believe this when I told him. I told them a story about the guy who was engaged in the oil business on behalf of the CCP. I won't say who he was. Why did he get to do oil business? Why did the Communist Party give him large deals? And why was he the person who was sent to Africa to develop the largest oil business and earn tens of billions of dollars in just 1 year? The reason was that he was one of the executors of Simpson's plan in Europe. He was one of the executors of the CCP's Simpson plan. He provided the money and spoke English well. With his identity, he also dared to do it. He, one of the executors of the Simpson plan and a leader of the CCP, was the biological father of one of my classmates. He is his real father, not his godfather, but his biological father. Why do I say the biological father? Because no one knows he is my classmate's biological father. It seems that this is a superior to subordinate relationship, but in fact, he is his biological father. Because his father avoided China's one-child policy, he was raised by his aunt. So, he doesn't call him dad but calls him uncle. In fact, he is my classmate's biological father. Everyone knows his name when I say it, but no one knows about him. Even now, the CCP doesn't know. The CCP definitely doesn't know all the secrets of the CCP. The exposure of this plan dumbfounded the Europeans. I told him this 3 years ago, but he only uncovered it 3 years later. Fellow fighters, do you think it is easy to destroy the CCP? Just like when I was in Washington in October 2017, I said that darkness had arrived and Americans thought I was crazy. Who believed me? Who believed us? The key is that we don't care about whether people believe it or not. If I cared about people's thoughts, I would be so full of complaints that I wouldn't be able to tell the story anymore. I don't care if he believes it or not. I only care if I reveal it or not. In the past few days, my dear fellow fighters, I have been really tired and very much exhausted on this matter. But at the same time, I have also been very excited. When I heard that they had really destroyed several groups, they asked me, do you think there are still more? I said, basically, there should be no more. Basically, they have uncovered everyone. What does this mean? Do you know, my dear fellow fighters, in the future, the EU will have no hesitation or choice but to stand with Americans and with the people of the new federal state of China to work together to take down the CCP. All agents who were uncovered shocked these Europeans. Europe is now covering it up. It is in the process of being revealed. When Europe announces this, it will shock the whole world. This whole plan is called the Simpson Plan. This is why I want to tell you about the Simpson Plan today.
Dear friends, why the Western democratic world which believes in God has been corrupted so much by the evil CCP because the Western world has been losing faith and everything is behind capitalism, which can sell everything. It is money could buy faith, money could buy rule of law, money could buy freedom, and money could buy democracy. Even some politicians in the United States have intention to follow examples of the Chinese Communist Party to turn United States into a dictatorship-controlled country by a few families. Now we are going to talk about the beautiful spice of the CCP. The experience of Yang Lan and Bruno Wu Zheng is the best example of how the CCP cultivates and trains international snakes and swallows. Yang Lan was the first generation trained by the Ministry of State Security in the 1990s. And Bruno Wu was a truly trained agent who was sent overseas from Shanghai when he was a child. Yang Lan is a card of the Second Department of the Chinese People's Liberation Army at the rank of major colonel. Yeah. Yang Lan is the #1 person sent by the state to represent the image of the country in the international arena. In the past few decades, how many journalists or people from China have traveled around the world to visit all the leaders in the different fields, like Yang Lan. The interviews of Yang Lan and Bill Clinton, as well as all the interviews with international dignitaries, were coordinated by the Chinese Society for International Strategy and the Chinese Ministry of Foreign Affairs. The coordinators are these two ministries, which are legitimate intelligence agencies of Chinese Communist Party.
President Bush once described your personal style to be, like President Clinton is capable to look at people's eyes, shake their hands, hold their babies, pet their dogs all at the same time. How would you describe his style?
I think he's very good with people one-on-one. People like him. He's a likable man. He's very straightforward, and he has a good intuition about people, what makes them tick, what will persuade them to do what he wants them to do. So we are very different, but we have some similarities, partly because we grew up in the same part of the country at the same time, in the same sort of culture. So I think he's a very, very able politician.
From the revelation of Mao School on 20th of June 2021, China Club is a place where the Chinese Communist Party lures foreign dignitaries for pornography. Yeah. The China Club was in the house of Deng Xiaoping's Sichuan office in Beijing. Xi Jinping shut it down. The British ambassadors and the European ambassadors or the foreign ambassadors went to the club with their sexual relationship partners. There are 1 or 2 dozen rooms which are not open to the public, but they filmed all the details, whatever they did inside the China Club. Yang Lan and Bruno Wu often went there together. Bruno Wu was drinking outside the room while his wife Yang Lan was having sex with dignitaries. There's no morality. There's no humanity. Yang Lan is a tool of crime, and his husband was proud of that. The second swallow we are going to talk about is Wang Yanyi. According to the intelligence of NFSC, Wang Yanyi probably was the vice president of PRC Wang Qishan's illegitimate daughter and the director of Wuhan P4 Lab. The Chinese Communist Party arranged her to have a love triangle sexual relationship with Foxy and her husband. For she fell into their honey trap. You can find out that Foxy financed the Wuhan lab and gave the gain-of-function technology to the CCP. That's why Foxy helped the CCP to cover up the fact that COVID virus transmitted from person to person. Foxy strongly advocated for people from all over the world to be vaccinated with the COVID vaccine. But did Foxy himself take the vaccine? Dear friends, if you think that the Chinese Communist Party's BGY plan, Miss Simpson plan, or those female or male spies have nothing to do with you, please see if you, your families, or your friends have been harmed by the COVID or by the COVID vaccine. What was the personal relationship between Foxy and Wang Yanyi like? It would be surely uncovered with the upcoming vaccine disasters and the origin of the COVID-19. Okay, the next one is Christine Lee. British security services issued an alert earlier this year stating that UK-based lawyers have been engaged in political interference activities for the Chinese state. MI5's public naming of Christine Lee and Arizona unprecedented news conference with the FBI mark a shift in approach being taken against the security threat posed by the CCP. Christine Lee had donated £500,000 to support Barry Gardner's work, and her son worked in his office. Christine Lee was involved in a seeding operation, multiple officials claim, reflecting the way the CCP operate. Okay, the falling swallow of the CCP is Fang or Christine Fang, target up oncoming local politicians in the Bay Area and across the country who had the potential to make it big on the national stage. Through campaign, fundraising, extensive networking, personal criticism, and romantic or sexual relationship with at least two Midwestern mayors, Fang was able to gain proximity to political power. According to current and former U.S. intelligence officials and one former elected official, the case was a big deal because there were some really sensitive people that were caught up in the intelligence network. A current senior U.S. intelligence official said U.S. officials believed there was a political intelligence operation run by the CCP's main civilian spy agency between 2011 and 2015. Axios found it in a yearly-long investigation. The alleged operation offers a rare window into how Beijing has tried to gain access and influence U.S. political circles. The case also demonstrates China's strategy of cultivating relationships that may take years or even decades to bear fruit. The Chinese Communist Party knows that today's mayors and city council members are tomorrow's governors and members of Congress. From the photo of Fang, we can see Judy May Chu, born July 7, 1953, is an American politician serving as U.S. representative for California 28th Congressional District. A member of the Democratic Party, she has held a seat in Congress since 2009, representing California's 32nd Congressional District until redistricting. Chu is the first Chinese American woman elected to Congress In 2012, a Chinese spy, Christine Fangfang, volunteered for Chu's campaign and is suspected to have used political connections to spy for the Chinese Communist Party. Chu was one of the several Democratic politicians who were targeted. She is an advocate of the People's Mujahideen of Iran. On December 6, 2017, Chu was arrested during a protest outside of the U.S. Capitol. In 2019, Chu was named honorary chairwoman of the Forum for Peaceful Reunification of China, an organization advocating for Chinese unification.
今年在华盛顿，我们新中国联邦爆料革命成为了最重要的参与方，而且 conservative 最有价值就是保守派。我们是一个非白人族，纯粹的中国黄皮肤人，成为一个最主要的合办方。合办方啊，不是打酱油的，长岛哥带上50多名战友，尼寇、小王子等所有人啊，我们的火来也去了啊，已经到达现场。单个参展机构，我们应该是摊位最重要的。挤进大门，4个摊位，而且人家主办方给了我们很多的礼遇。为什么要说这个问题呢？在过去的，它是1973年开始的 conservative 的 meeting， 到今天多少年了，是吧？几十年了，从来没有中国人上去演讲过、参加过 conservative 大会。这回谈最重要的是什么呢？赵美心。你想想，美国国家安全委员会的长期的成员之一叫赵美心呐。赵美心说明了什么呀？全世界都在探讨中国人和中国共产党对世界的威胁。那 conservative 大会是对待欧洲白人世界最有影响的传统大会。现在刚刚的又是大家面对了俄乌战争，中国要参与俄乌战争，中国一参与就等于中俄之间要挑战全人类，那中国人民就是牺牲品。那现在中国的多少儿女都要送到前线当炮灰去，然后中国人跟全世界拉仇恨，中国人能承受得了吗？然后在这个时候，在美国人家抓到了赵美心，是华人参政最高人之一，就是人家叫做美国近年来3个最有影响力的华人。赵美心已经成为特务了。你知道现在全美国 FBI 国土安全部、司法部未来对所有在美国研究机构、所有在美国的学生，那是多大的威胁？想一想当年1945年、44年、43年怎么对待日本的美伊的。所以这个 CPAC 上，如果只有一个声音说赵美心是中国人，是中国的特务，没有长岛哥带着50几个新中国联邦人在现场告诉他，我们不被共产党领导，我们不接受共产党的领导，在美国、在欧洲、在中共国之外的华人何等的危险呐！后中国化的时代，不应该把任何一个我们的战友和我们的同胞让共产党带入地狱去。在后中共的时代，最关键的问题，不要让中共把我们的同胞、把我们的同胞的家人带走。所以，新中国联邦人有着神圣的使命。
Judy Chu also arranged a protest to harass Miles for months. Judy Chu, as a CCP agent and a Native American, why would she betray the United States? There are many possible reasons: family reasons or money temptation. She's a huge threat to overseas Chinese citizens. The CCP used the honey trap operation to infiltrate the world. If Miles did not disclose the evil BGY plan, the world is still in the darkness of evil spirits. But now, there's a beacon of light. That is new federal state of China. The NFSC represents women, respects women, and welcome whoever wants to take down the CCP with warmness and kindness. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye bye.
有人给我建议说，我们这国会选出了麦肯锡议长，我们要开始死批拿这个，死批拿那个。我们现在最关注的新中国联邦，还有你麦奥斯国，你有什么建议呀？我们该怎么查呢？像沈南鹏啊、单伟健呐，还有在美国的司法腐败呀。我说3F 方案吗？我不是， 我说3F solution， 第一个找坏人，follow 他的 money。我说你就去查单伟建的钱哪来的，单伟建的钱去哪儿了？沈南鹏的钱是哪儿来的？去哪儿了？钱去了谁家？钱哪来的 ？follow money。哎，他说是一定会。我说这个很简单，你制定一个独立检察官的政策，凡是过去在中共政府合作，或中共政府像那什么普恒啊，什么这律师事务所啊，是吧？拿过钱的或拿过黑钱的，像买欧美尼啊，帮单伟建干坏事了。只要你向检察官交代，一律做污点证人，钱还是你的，责任没有。我说都来了 ，follow the money， 哎，这个好。第二 ，follow the PP， 他说笑这么 follow PP 啊，所有这些坏人，他的生殖器都管不住。你只要找到这些他们的女人，跟他睡觉的人，没有任何人他是干净的啊！这帮人天生就是畜生。我说你只要 follow 他的PP， 就像 follow 他的 money 一样，而且给他特权。只要你说出来，咱们这事儿就不追究你责任。我说，而且你一抓一个零。第三个 F 是啥呀，战友们 ？Follow NFSC。你只要是把我们新中国联邦的地图诞生那一天和诞生前和现在的故事搞清楚，你就知道谁是美国渗透者。哇，他 Do you want safe? You want to follow NFSC? Find out the shit。只要他 follow NFSC， 就能找到黑根巴瑟姆的背后黑手，最大赌王澳门赌王史蒂芬问，美国最大公关公司艾利布瑞迪 follow 我就能 follow 到美国 Paul Hastings、买欧美尼，还有整个破产案 PAG、红杉、马云，所有人向共产党用几亿、几十亿要把郭文贵搞回中国去。follow NFSC 就能找到所有的华盛顿的那些狗屎，所以我给他们建议是 follow the money, follow the PP, follow the NFSC。 这招管用吗？如果美国任何的独立检察官，任何的国会议员想干事儿，这三样跟着，那就牛了，哪有查不清的事儿啊？
Let me tell you what I've been through, baby. Lived a life that was hella unfair. Seen things that been driving me crazy. In a country where the leaders don't care. Didn't think we had the courage to change it. Tore it down and they weren't prepared. Everything that they kept us from saying. Now we talking and they better be scared. Take from us. Tell us what and who to love. Swear I finally had enough. It's time to rise above. Take down the CCP. Take down the CCP. Follow me and I'ma set us free. Take down the CCP.